we've done? What about all the peace that you pledged your only son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine?
Environmental activists have been campaigning to avoid this kind of destruction in the land of America for many years. The areas of ecological protection, resource conservation, and waste prevention have all seen tremendous long-term improvements due to the valiant efforts of the conservationists. Today, the effects of the environmental activism movement can be seen both in local communities and in a global perspective. The movement began when men such as George Marsh and Theodore Roosevelt saw the destruction that had been wrought upon the wilderness of America after settlers had moved west. Animals such as the buffalo were nearly hunted to extinction. These men, along with other environmental activists, passed legislation to create national parks, a place where animals could be kept safe and where the balance of nature could be protected. Today, there are 59 national parks in the United States, all of which help the world around them in numerous ways. Also, in the past, Americans have been prone to using far too many resources. Thus, the environmentalists decided to take action. Resource conservation saw a tremendous increase in American society due to their efforts. Organizations such as the Soil Conservation Service were created, and were able to turn soil-wasting habits that would produce a desert wasteland into healthy habits that would create a shining oasis. Finally, the long-term impacts of the environmental activism movement on waste and pollution prevention have been extremely beneficial to American society. In the 1960s, environmental activists helped to convince the government to pass legislation to prevent pollution in America, such as the Clean Air Act. This forced factories to limit their output of harmful gases and ensured clean air in America for all. Today, the environmental activism movement has impacted both our communities and our country as a whole. Groups such as Greenpeace actively campaign to help our world. Out of their many campaigns, one example is their drive to prevent overfishing and protect the oceans, leading to millions of fish being saved. Our city has been affected by the environmental activism movement as well, with several environmental clubs being created within our schools and several cleanup projects being sponsored by our city. Thus, anyone can do their part in continuing the environmental activism movement that has had such a profound impact on our society for all these years.
Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war?